Introduction to Google. Google was founded in 1998 by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. The names come from Google's a one followed by 1000 showing their big mission to organize the world information. Besides search, Google offers services like Gmail, YouTube, Google Ads, Google Cloud, and Chrome. Every time we use Google service, it learns from us to improve our experience. The company is known for teams dynamic at Google. At Google, teams are based on project needs, not just positions or rank. Each member brings unique skill, and teams work based on open communication and trust. The goal is to work faster and deliver high-quality results. Type of teams. Google has many types of teams. For example, we have functional team. Functional team focus on specific by departments. For example, is marketing. We have projects team. Projects team focus on tasks, and virtual team focus on members and different locations. Lastly, we have product and infrastructure like search and or cloud team. Google also have 5 key principles to build strong and effective team. First, we have psychological safety. Everyone on the team should be safe to speak up, ask questions, and share ideas without fear of being judged. Second, we have dependability. Every team should be reliable, doing what they say and finish their work on time. Third, we have structure and clarity. The team should know who doing what the goals are, and how to get there. 4. Meaning of work. Each team member should feel that their work has meaning, whether it's personal growth, helping the company, or making a social impact. And lastly, we have impact of work. People want to know their work actually makes a difference. When you feel that, you naturally become motivated.
Firstly, sources of power at Google. At Google, power isn't just about having a high-ranking title. It comes in different forms. Firstly, legitimate power belongs to Sundar Pichai as CEO. He has formal authority to make decisions, guide strategy, and lead the organization. Secondly, he holds strong expert power because of his deep technical knowledge. He played a key role in developing successful products like Google Chrome and Android, so people respect his ideas and follow his lead because of his skills. Thirdly, Sundar also shows referent power. He is humble, approachable, and emotionally intelligent. This earns him trust and loyalty from employees, making him influential even without using formal authority. Second is decentralized power structure. Google uses a matrix structure where employees often report to more than one leader or team at the same time. This setup encourages cross-functional collaboration and breaks down strict hierarchies so people from different roles work together equally. In this kind of environment, power isn't just based on your job title. It's earned through what you contribute, how well you collaborate, and how much value you bring. People with strong ideas, problem-solving skills, or influence often become informal leaders even without a formal position. So, at Google, trust, performance, and reputation matter just as much, if not more, than official authority. Next, understanding Google politics, which is nature of organizational politics. At Google, politics does exist, but it's more subtle and influence-based, not the toxic kind we often imagine. It mostly happens when different teams like engineering and marketing have competing priorities during projects. Instead of power struggles, politics here is about using persuasion, data, and collaboration to align everyone's goal. So, political behavior at Google is usually more ethical and constructive. It's about getting buy-in, not manipulating outcomes. Lastly, political behavior and influence. Which political tactic used? Political behavior at Google often involve smart strategic move like building coalitions and getting support from key people. Employees use data and storytelling to pitch ideas and influence decisions. It's not about who you know, but how well you communicate. Relationship management is also important, especially in Google's metric structure, where people work across many teams. The ones who can balance logic with connection often have the most impact even without formal authority.
Next, culture and conflict at Google. Google is widely known for its dynamic and innovative culture. The company strongly emphasizes creativity, continuous learning, diversity, and inclusion. Employees enjoy many benefits such as free meals, recreational space, and development programs which help create a productive and enjoyable work environment. One of the most well-known cultural policies is Google's 20% time, which allows employees to spend part of their work hours on personal passion projects. This policy has led to successful innovation like Gmail and Google News. However, despite this positive culture, conflicts have occurred. Let me share 3 major examples. First, Project Maven in 2018. Google partnered with the US military to develop AI for drone footage. Many employees protest, citing ethical concerns. In response, Google cancelled the contract and introduced ethical AI principles. Second, James Demo Memo in 2017. A Google engineer wrote a memo criticizing the company's diversity programs, suggesting gender differences were biological. This sparked public outrage, and Google fired the engineer for violating the code of conduct and promoting harmful gender stereotypes. Third, sexual harassment cases in 2018. High-level executives accused of misconduct were given large exit package. This led to a global walkout by over 20,000 employees demanding transparency and fairness. As a result, Google reformed its policies, ending forced arbitration and improving its internal investigation process. These cases show that although Google's culture promotes flexibility and innovation, conflicts still happen, especially when employee values don't align with management decisions. The good news is, Google often responds by listening to employee feedback, adjusting policies, and reforming its core values, which helps the company grow stronger and more ethical over time. And then communication. Google applies a wide range of communication strategies to ensure smooth information flow and to promote a collaborative, innovative culture. These strategies can be divided into 3 main categories: internal communication, external communication, and technological integration. First, internal communication. Google emphasizes open engagement and mutual understanding between management and employees. The company designs creative workspace, for example netboards, dinner-style brainstorming booths, and color-code healthy meals to encourage interaction and well-being. Inspired by the Aristotle project, Google also creates a psychologically safe environment where employees feel comfortable sharing ideas and taking risks. For daily work, Google relies on its own tools like Gmail, Google Meet, Docs, Drive, and Calendar to support real-time teamwork and seamless collaboration across departments and time zones. Second, external communication. Externally, Google focuses on building a strong reputation through media platforms, recruitment campaigns, and CSR initiatives. It maintains good relationships with key stakeholders such as employees, investors, consumers, and even governments. The company also ensures 24 hours customer support, high product quality, and transparency to maintain trust and loyalty among users and stakeholders. Lastly, technological integration. Google's communication is supported by its cloud-based tools, which are especially effective in today's hybrid and remote work environments. It also applies data-driven communication using surveys and analytics to track engagement and continuously improve internal communication flows. In short, communication at Google is not just about emails or meetings. It's about creating an environment of trust, collaboration, and innovation. By combining effective internal and external strategies with advanced technology, Google ensures that its people stay connected, informed, and engaged wherever they are in the world.
I will explain about Google organizational process, which is its organizational strategy, organizational system, and organizational structure. First is organizational strategy. Google used the 70-20-10 model, which is 70% of resources go to core product like search and ads. 20% is support service like YouTube and Android, and 10% is for experimental idea like Gmail and Google Earth. This encourages innovation while keeping focus on daily operation. Second is organizational structure. Google apply an hierarchy structure for flexible and temporary teams. For example, in the Gemini AI project, experts from AI, UX, and product and illegal team work together outside the usual hierarchy. This speed up decision making and innovation. Third is organizational system. Google relies on data and automation. Process Oxygen use international feedback and analytics to improve manager performance. Google also use AI and largest language model (LLMs) to automate code upgrade, making international system faster, safe, and more efficient. Google will face challenges. First, wastes resources from failed 10% experimental project. Second is reduced middle manager, can weaken communication and employee support. Lastly is the AI competition from OpenAI and Microsoft increase pressure.
A very good day, everyone. My name is Tom Hong, and today we'll be discussing about current issues in organizational behavior for Google. One major challenge that Google is facing is the shift to a hybrid work model. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, Google has allowed employees to work both remotely and from the office. This flexibility helps attract talent and supports better work-life balance. However, it also brings new difficulties as communication has become less effective and remote employees may feel left out or less visible. Besides, the manager may also face challenges in evaluating performance value across remotely and in-office teams, as these factors can impact teamwork, trust, and engagement. Another ongoing challenge is around diversity, equity, and inclusion, or what we call DEI. While Google has introduced DEI initiatives and made public commitments, it still faces criticism for the lack of diversity in leadership and technical roles. For example, some minority employees have reported that they felt excluded or overlooked for advancement, and this can lower morale and raises questions about how inclusive the company's culture really is. Other than that, ethical concerns related to artificial intelligence are also affecting Google's reputation. As a major player in AI development, Google has been criticized for how it handles internal disagreement about AI risk. For example, the departure of Dr. Timnit Gebru, an AI ethics researcher, has brought public's attention to issues such as bias in AI and raises concerns about how the company deals with ethical dissent. This incident has damaged the company's trust both internally and externally. Last but not least, Google has faced backlash due to layoffs and restructuring efforts despite being financially strong. Many employees have expressed frustration over how these changes were communicated, and the uncertainty has led to a drop in morale and trust in leadership. In conclusion, although Google remains a core house in tech, it must actively address those challenges such as hybrid work, DEI, AI ethics, and organizational restructuring in order to maintain its innovative culture and employee trust. This is the end of my part. Thank you very much.
Okay, next is a recommendation. First, we have strengthen teamwork with role clarity. At Google, teams often work across different departments and report to multiple managers, which can lead to confusion.
To solve this, Google should clearly define each member's role and responsibility using tools like the RACI chart, which is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. This helps everyone know what they are in charge of and who they report to. Regular cross-functional team meetings should also be held to align goals and avoid duplicated tasks. Second, we have promote inclusive organizational culture. Although Google supports diversity, there is still a gap between its public image and what happens internally. To improve this diversity, equity, and inclusion, metrics should be added into leadership evaluations. Leaders should be judged not just on performance but also on how inclusive their teams are. Google should also support and promote employees' resource groups where employees from different backgrounds can share their experience and feel heard. This makes the work environment more fair, supportive, and inclusive for everyone. Okay, third point, improve communication efficiency. Google uses many communication tools like Gmail, Google Chat, and Google Meet. However, overuse of these tools can cause information overload, making it hard for employees to stay focused. To solve this, Google should create communication guidelines, for example, how to label urgent messages or when to use meetings versus written updates. Google should also expand the use of AI tools that help summarize emails, set reminders, and reduce time spent on manual tasks. This saves time and helps employees focus on what matters most. Okay, last one for our mechanism, enhance conflict management system. Google has faced several internal conflicts in the past. To manage such issues better, the company should set up an independent body focused on mediation and ethics. This team should be made up for trained mediators, HR professional, and employee representative. This would allow employees to raise concerns safely and fairly, without fear of punishment. Google should also encourage regular feedback through anonymous surveys and team discussion, especially about value and workplace ethics. This creates a healthier and more respectful work environment. Okay, in conclusion, Google is known for being highly innovative and creative. From the beginning, its mission has focused on making information easily accessible to everyone. It used flexible structure like cross-functional teams and the 70-20-10 innovation model to support this. This approach helped Google balance daily operation with new ideas, allowing the company to grow while staying competitive. At Google, power is not just based on job titles or hierarchy. Instead, it is often earned through expertise and contribution. Leaders like Sundar Pichai gain influence because of their knowledge and experience. Organizational politics at Google usually happens in a healthy way, where employees use data and precision to support their ideas, not through manipulation. This makes the working environment more ethical and professional. Google's culture promotes transparency, inclusivity, and open feedback, even though the company has faced some internal conflict, such as with Project Maven or employee protests. It often responds by listening to employees and reviewing its policy. This shows that Google is willing to uphold its value and take action when something does not align with its ethics. As a result, trust is maintained and the company keeps improving. Overall, Google has found a balance between being structured and staying flexible. It uses clear systems and strategies, but also allows creativity and freedom in how teams work.